for my second baby. So for the labor part, it was June 12th. June 12th, we went to the doctor because I had a doctor's appointment. I was already 38 6 days, 38 weeks with 6 days. And I went to the doctor to get a checkup, and then he's like, oh, well, we're gonna actually check your dilation to see if you're dilating today or not. And I was like, okay. So we went to they checked me, and they said I was 4 centimeters dilated already. And I was like, oh, really? And then they're like, yeah, you're already 4 centimeters, so it could happen today or tomorrow or the next day. And I was like, okay. So they're like, oh, maybe in a week. She's like, but I don't think you're gonna make it that far. He's like, I think maybe tomorrow or today. He's like, so yeah. So I went home, and what I did, I started walking like I did for my first pregnancy. I started walking, and when I would get a contraction, I would push. And I didn't have contractions the morning of the 12th, but once I went to the doctor, he like stimulated my contractions, and I was like, oh, okay, now it's starting to hurt. So I didn't have them that bad. So I would walk, and I would get a little contraction, I would push, and I was like, well, they're not that bad right now. So we went and walked, and nothing happened. So we came back, and I drank this like chocolate with, I don't know what it's called in English, but ruda. It's a chocolate with ruda that they do so they could stimulate the contractions and wake up the baby so they could stimulate them. And so so when I drank that, it like kind of made my baby fall asleep instead. Like, instead of waking him up to push more out, it made him like rock to sleep, and my contractions stopped. And then I was like, wow, I don't have any contractions anymore. And we would time them, and I didn't have any through the whole rest of the night. And I was like, oh well, I guess so. Once I woke up, I went to go shower with a warm water so that way my baby could push down and drop, and he didn't want to. And I was like, okay. So what's it called, I would walk around the neighborhood, and I started walking more again, and I would get more, like, I guess walking stimulated my contractions, and I was like, okay. Let the airplane pass. Walking stimulated my contractions, so I ended up getting contractions again, and every time I would get them, I would push, and then they just stopped again. So what we did was we ended up going to the hospital, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to the hospital check to see if I dilated more. And they told me I was still 4 centimeters dilated. So they called my doctor and asked him if I should stay or if I should leave. And then the nurse, she was so funny. She was like, tell him you have a lot of pain so you could stay. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm in so much pain. And she's like, act like you're so much pain so you could stay. And I did. But and they told me that she's like, do you want him to break your water? And she's like, because that's going to stimulate your contractions more. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. She's like, instead, you can have your baby right now. And she's like, rather than you waiting on him to actually come, she's like, because it looks like he's going to take his time. And I was like, no, I'd rather, like, for you to break his water and everything. She was like, okay. So they broke my water. And when they broke my water, what's it called? Then that stimulated the contractions. Like, so, like, I was getting them, like, let's say, like, a little line up. But when I got my contractions right after, they were, like, way up. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, she put in also this contraction stimulator medicine, I guess, and that made my contractions fly up. Like I was having them like 2 minutes apart, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I can't take this. Like, okay, you wanted this, you're waiting, you're gonna get this. Like, so I was like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. And I was like trying to calm down, but once they started getting closer and I started dilating faster, and I was like, once like they gave me the medicine, made me dilate faster. Like, I don't know. But when I was giving birth, I remember that, what's it called? I was like, okay. I was like, ooh, it's like a contraction. I even have a video. So when I started getting contractions, I started pushing a little bit, and that made me dilate even more. It came to the time that I was like 8 centimeters dilated already, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna wait for the doctor, because he also went to go to a different he was gonna do a C-section that day, and he went to go do the C-section, and I was like, okay. So when I was gonna give birth, he was like not there. Like, I was like, I need him here because I'm about to give birth. Like, the contractions are so close apart, and I feel like pushing. And when I would get a contraction, I would push and push, and everybody was like, stop pushing, like you have to wait for the doctor, because you're gonna push the baby out, and like everything is gonna be right there. And I was like, no, I can't, and you push, and they're like, okay. So I started pushing, and in one of those pushes, I went from, no, I think I was, I went from 8 centimeters to 10 centimeters in a push, because we heard something pop, like, and that was me, like, because my cervix was like way back. That was me pushing my cervix in the front so I could like push the baby out, and I literally dilated from 8 to 10 right there and then. Like, I skipped the number 9 and or I think I skipped number 8 and 9, and I was 7 to 10. Yeah, I was 7 to 10, and they're like, oh my goodness, she dilated already so fast. And she's like she needs sorry, I'm rocking my baby, he wants to wake up. She's like, she needs the doctor, and the 2 doctors came in. The first one, he went in there and he was just like, oh, I'm here for the patient, let's see if she's gonna dilate. And the other nurse, she was, no, not her, not you, the doctor's coming on his way. He's like, well, she looks like she's about to have the baby. He's like, no, but the doctor's on his way, he's not far. And then another doctor came in that was not my doctor, and he was like, oh, well, I'm gonna deliver the baby, like, we don't really need you to the other doctor. So this other doctor delivered my baby, and when he delivered my baby, he wanted to be like, I'm not gonna say anything actually, but it makes me mad every time I talk about it. But when I needed to push, he would make me wait, and he would be like, stop pushing, like, don't push until I'm ready. And I was like, excuse me, like, my baby's about to come out, like, with me or without me knowing, like, he's gonna come out when he's ready. He doesn't know to stop and wait, like, he wants to come out already. So I was like, he said stop, and then when he said go and I got the contraction, I pushed, and in one push, 2 pushes, he was out. He was literally out, and I was like, good thing you finished on time. And he was able to like slow down his pushing, because he would have popped down like right there and then. Like, I pushed him, and he put like in 2 pushes, he was out, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got him and I put him up here, and when I like that hospital because they put him up here, and I was able to cuddle him and everything. And they cut his umbilical cord right here next to me. I was right here with him. He was like so adorable. So then they brought him down. Well, they left him there for that hour, and they had to deliver the placenta. They had to stitch me up, but then my doctor came in while they were stitching me up. And when he came, he ended up doing the rest of the stitches. And yeah, he was like, oh, congratulations. He's like, I'm sorry I didn't make it, because my doctor, the one that I went for his appointments and everything, he was like, I'm sorry I didn't make it because I was delivering another baby. I was like, that's totally understandable. I know you're busy. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't wait, but babies have to come when they come. And he's like, yeah, they do. And I was like, so yeah. And I was happy that I was able to remember his whole birth and everything that happened, like the whole pains, even though you don't want to remember the pains, but for the little bit of pain that you go through, let's say like 1 day of pain, does not compare to the 9 months you had him in your belly. Like, that's what I told my husband. I'm like, the little bit of pain that you have the first day that you like, that he's gonna be here, the contractions and everything, the few, like, let's say a week that you have, like, from, let's say if you have a natural birth or a C-section, I don't know which, but I had natural, and the pain of like bearing from down there does not compare to the love that you're gonna get from them, or the love that you have them in there for 9 months tucked in, and I don't know, like, does not compare. I would rather have 9 months and bear a little bit of pain and end up happy than rather not have the 9 months and not have him here at all. Like, I'm happy with him, and I told my husband I want one more. I was like, hopefully this time we have a girl, because we have 2 boys already and I want 1 girl at least. So yeah, if we're blessed with another boy, I'm happy with that. He was a 7-pound baby, 14 ounces, 21.5 inches long. And Johnny, I forgot to say it in the other video, he was 8 pounds and 5 ounces. Johnny was a bigger baby, 8 pounds 5 ounces and 21.5 also centimeters. So yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys like it, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and go watch my other video for Johnny's birth and, well, labor and delivery story. So yeah, this is my baby. He is 40, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 45 days old. I had him 45 days ago. Yeah, besito, besito, besito. Oh, he loves his brother. Uh-oh, he threw up. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys like it. Bye!